What is, guys, your boy Operator Shango. We are back once again with another video. This one is named What's Next for Lucas Botkin. If y'all don't know already, with Lucas and T-Rex arms and all that, they basically did him wrong a couple of years ago and all that, while in the turning of his, more of his popular, I'm not gonna say gun company, but his gun supplier company in general, his business basically, right? They basically effed him over, they played him dirty and all sorts of stuff, and they didn't really respect his family, his values, him in general, or his wife. And a lot of stuff basically happened, and that's just how it was. But in this video, he's gonna be, just got a message. This one, he's basically giving out some more information upon what's next for him upon building another company, and basically his lifestyle and other stuff like that. I've been waiting to record this video. I've just been busy. It's already a 3-day late video of it all, but it is what it is. But other than that, I'm gonna just quit with the talking. We're just gonna get right into the video.
Week since my video talking about why I had to leave my own company, and like I said in that video, I want to move on from a lot of that as much as I can and start focusing on the new stuff. And so that is what we're going to talk about in this video. But before I do that, I just want to say my wife and I are blown away at the support that we have gotten the last week, and even week and a half, a little bit more than that. My phone's been blowing up. I've gotten hundreds of emails from you guys with either, it's kind of sad, but people who've had similar circumstances occur to them. I've gotten a lot of emails from guys who've had a similar situation when they've married someone or gotten a girlfriend, and then their family, there's some bumping of heads. So a lot of similar stories have been in my inbox, and that's sad that this is a thing that happens actually pretty often. But it's also cool that a lot of these people who've messaged me have said that my video that I put out was inspiring or encouraging to them, and that's something that's very important to me. I mean, that's why I've been doing videos this whole time, is inspiring other people. And now,
I'm sorry I just paused it, but I just noticed he has a full-on rifle in the background. I just noticed that. I mean, I know that's his home and all that, but he just has a full-on rifle just in the background, just sitting there. Is that a Doom poster? No, is that? Oh, Task. That's what it says. Never mind. My bad.
Maybe
bad.
the new goal is trying to also be encouraging. But I also got probably, it was around 150 job applications. And they ranged from everything from IT specialists to other entrepreneurs who want to, get in on a new business because the one they're in is kind of boring now, to people who say they want to work for free. Now, that is all very cool, but if you cannot work for free anywhere unless it's super part-time and you have something that's full-time. But again, the support has been super cool with all of you wanting to be involved in the new stuff without even knowing exactly what the new stuff is. So that's been really interesting. I even I had to order a bunch of stuff on eBay, reference equipment for some of the stuff we're about to start designing. And one of the people who sold me a piece of equipment even said, "Hey, I'm praying for you guys." He recognized the name on the shipping label. So just super cool. But let's talk about the new businesses, nice, because I'm not here to take a big break. That's something that a lot of businessmen talk about, or entrepreneurs, I should say. They sell off a business or they get out, and then they take a 6-month, year-long sort of sabbatical to reorient. And I'm not doing that. I want to go immediately into building the next businesses. We've already hired a few people who came over from T-Rex. So Brantley Merriam, who's the super good comp shooter. But what a lot of people don't know about him is he's also a really talented product developer in CAD, and just he has the mind for it. So he's already been CADing up a new product that I want to bring to market earlier this week, just a couple days ago. On his work laptop I got him, he was building out this, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but he's already building out product. So, and then we'll talk to some different OEMs. And that's one thing I want to mention is, with all the emails that I've gotten over the last week and a half, I've responded to some, but I have read every single email. That's something that's very important to me, is reading every message that I get. I cannot respond to all of them because it is literally hundreds. But what I'm also doing is I'm categorizing each email with a tag. So if you're an OEM factory who does machining, textiles, whatever it is, I'm tagging those and I'm forwarding those on to Brantley, and we're going to refer back to those when we need someone to work with to make us metal components. Same thing, people who are offering up range advice or range stuff, I'm tagging those for the range project. So I am tagging everything so we can go back to it. So if you don't get a response, know that I am reading it. I just am unable to respond to everything because it is too many, but that's also super cool. But with that said, let's talk about OEM stuff. So my goal moving forward, probably for the next 10 years, and then I'll probably swap to something new.
The next 10 years.
I want to support factories all across the country. And this is something I didn't know about until I started, doing T-Rex stuff, is there are thousands of factories out there in the US that do OEM manufacturing. So they manufacture a product, a widget, or an item for a customer that comes in and orders thousands of it. And usually that customer is a store, a brand, it could be a military contract even, or some government contract. But there's a lot of customers who are buying this to then resell on their website with their brand. And I visited a lot of these factories, and typically these factories don't have a sales team. They don't do marketing. They are just a factory who's really skilled at making stuff. What I've learned the last few years is my expertise is not in managing a factory. That is not something that I want to do. My expertise is market analysis, product development for that market once it's been analyzed and needs have been discovered and looked at, and then executing effective branding and marketing so that people are educated on that product and buy that product. So the new businesses are structured completely around branding, product development, and market analysis. We're not starting up factories. We're not going to do manufacturing. There might be some light manufacturing, but there's no manufacturing because I want to go and support all these factories around the country who don't have sales teams. They don't have marketing, but they need orders. They need, hey, I need 1,000 rifle rails. I need 5,000 of this nylon thing. I need this thing over here. And then that gives them work for months. And they don't have to close down because people like me are taking everything overseas, which is what's happened to the textiles industry over the last couple decades. Is so many textile factories here in the US have closed down because people, I don't want to say like me, but brands stopped ordering from those factories to go outsource overseas. And I don't want to see that happen. So my goal for the next 10 years at least is focus on factories in the US, provide them business so they can stay open so that we don't have to send everything overseas. And so that is the goal with these two companies. So let's talk about the two companies now. So I'm going to have a parent company, Botkins Enterprises, which if you go to botkinenterprises.com right now, there are 2 email signups, one for the clothing company and then one for the defense company. If you want to sign up for both, you have to put your email into both. And
Definitely
I noticed an
that.
error. If you're using a VPN on your phone, it may not show up. And I'm trying to get that fixed. But if you use a computer, turn your VPN off, it seems to work just fine. So if you want to sign up for updates and the launch of when these companies go live, which will be in probably about 6 months, maybe a little sooner, go ahead and sign up there, and then you'll be in the know when things happen. I'll also produce videos on here. But one of the first companies that I want to launch is a defense R&D product company. So like I just talked about,
My bad. I don't know the door for my mom.
We are going to do market analysis. I mean, I already know a lot about the industry, what's going on. We are going to develop products that we believe there are needs for. We are then going to contract factories to make those, and then we will then ship those out of our facility, quality control it out of our facility, and do the branding, do the marketing, and get that out to you guys. The thing that's going to be different about this company than even T-Rex is we are going to focus a lot more on specialized products. So what I'm trying not to do is, like, we're going to do a lot of nylon because the nylon developer from T-Rex came over here and I just love nylon stuff, but we're not going to try to do full suites.
I make sure I'm comfortable. Like, Jesus, man. I need a new chair.
Of nylon product. So like if you release a belt, it's smart to do like all the mag pouches, all the pouches for it. We're just going to focus on the product that we believe is special and unique, and you can just buy that one product and then you can supplement it with products from other companies. We are just going to focus on our own product and specialized product. We're not going to try to do full like suites and things. And I have something like 20 nylon products that I want to make that don't exist right now on the market, or they have a lot of nuance and difference compared to other products. So that's what we're going to be starting on, is a lot of nylon. But another thing I want to do is work directly with other companies to get products made. So whether it's an electronic product, whether it's a IR laser, whether it is a certain kind of rifle accessory. I want to be able to go to companies and say, hey, I need you guys to develop this. This is kind of what I need, and I'll order 1,000 of it, or I'll put down, X number of dollars to justify it. Can you guys bring this to market? Can we sell it exclusively for 2 years? So that's another thing that we will be doing as well. And there's already one product that I'm working on with this strategy in mind. And then I also have a government request, military organization request, for a product that nobody has made yet. Nobody's cracked the nut, and that's something that's just really interesting to me. I love solving a problem that no one else has been able to solve. In fact, what a lot of people don't know about me is I do a lot of video content. I'm known for this, but what I actually enjoy a lot more than this, I don't know if I'd say I enjoy this. It's all right. But what I enjoy a lot more than this is making products. That's the thing that really just, it's very fulfilling to me to hear about a problem from an organization or a customer, immediately think about it, because that's just how my brain works, and then bring the product to market. My favorite days at T-Rex were launch days. Sitting in the conference room, we've been working on a product for 6 months. We finally put it out there. We shoot off all the marketing material, and then we just watch. Like that, it was the most fulfilling thing for me at T-Rex, was product.
I'm not gonna lie, it's good. Like, ever since I've been starting to watch T-Rex, starting to just watch Lucas in general, it really is amazing to like see that it went from $2,000, which is like $200 to be honest with you, that like less than $200, to full on just building an entire empire and just making just like just being happy. You know what I mean? Like just genuinely just being happy.
I love making stuff. So that's the goal with the companies. All the work that I'm going to start doing over the next 10 years is just making cool stuff, because that's what I enjoy.
Truly
and
amazing.
It is a service if you can create a new product that people need that solves a need that people have. That is absolutely a service. So the government requests that I've gotten already, just so you all are aware, will also be available to the public. That's something that is very important to me. There is a design philosophy, though, that I want to share with you all that I think was backwards, that I had with T-Rex, and that was designing for the civilian in mind, specifically for military equipment. The problem with that is civilians don't run equipment all the time, unless it's like a concealed carry holster. But if you design for the civilian in mind, the mission set or the mission parameters or the requirements for that job are not as developed, and they're not as clear. If you design a product for the military in mind, or a specific mission or job, generally it's going to be a better thought out product, and then you can just offer that to civilians, and they're getting a product that's more thoroughly developed. So that is what we're going to be doing with the new company. I've got a bunch of people on the military side that I'm going to be bringing in to our facility, possibly putting on retainer as well, so that they are in the product development, they're a partner in the product development, and they can help make the best products possible, which will then be available to civilians. So I'm changing some of how I do development. Instead of focusing on the civilian, I'm focusing on the job. That's the focus, and then civilians can get it too. And I think it will result in better products, more purposeful products, more thought out products, and none of these products are going to be barred from civilians. So the next company is the clothing company, the apparel company. So the something I've been working on for.
My apologies if you can literally see my eyes just going up. I have to check my phone because I'm doing this through Streamlabs and recording this, because like it will literally just stop. So I gotta keep on checking it.
Last couple years is thinking about what kind of clothing brand I would want to buy from. If you guys weren't aware, clothing brands in general are mostly pretty woke. They're also mostly pretty gay. And there are not very many good clothing brands that are just.
I gotta rewind it. Hold on, wait.
So mostly pretty gay, and there
Wait,
are
what did you
not
say?
very many. Thinking about what kind of clothing brand I would want to buy from. If you guys weren't aware, clothing brands in general are mostly pretty woke. They're also mostly pretty gay.
Oh,
and
I'm about to say
there
like
are not very many good clothing brands that are just.
I literally thought that I thought that he was meant by like I was just gay. It's weird. Like, oh, okay, I got you.
Have strong values, are just making good stuff, focusing on American made. A lot of clothing companies out there in the fashion industry are just very milk toast, to put it lightly. So I started to see that in my market research, and I saw a niche of an overlap of some different brands that I think will be very successful, and so we're going to hit that. So we are developing, and I have designers on retainer who are working with me, from professionals from the fashion side. We're going to develop clothing. Think Arc'teryx and Vuori combined. Men's performance apparel made in the U.S. What I will say is it's going to be kind of expensive, just because it is U.S. made. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a direct-to-consumer model, so you guys can save some money. And the way that works is, typically in the clothing industry, when you go and get a garment made, they're marking it up 250 to 300% in order for dealers to get, and that's not margin, that's just markup, but so that dealers can get their cut, bringing it into the store. So you have to mark it up, a whole lot MSRP wise in order for both companies to make money. Well, we're going to cut out the middleman. We're not going to do dealers, at least not for a long time. We're just going to sell direct on our site, so we can bring that markup down to make American made more affordable. It is still going to be expensive, but clothing is a weird market, because these jeans are $40. They're American Eagle. You can go to Walmart and get jeans for $20, but then you can also buy jeans for $150 or thousands if there's some weird designer jean. So we're not trying to compete on price. We are going to focus on features, values of the brand, and high quality. And the factory that we're going with to start with is the best factory, or the highest quality factory in the US. And after I talked to my consultants, I was like, let's just skip straight to the best. We can look at some of these other ones later, but we're just going to go to the best, and that's who we're going to use. So that's going to be super fun. So that brand will probably launch in February. The defense brand may launch as soon as December, unless we do swag earlier. Which brings me to last week, as everything was happening, I had a conversation with my marketing director and my wife and everyone else about, normally, if I were a regular influencer, I would quickly launch a shirt for everyone to buy to capitalize on the moment. But I don't like doing that. I don't like that strategy very much. But if some of you guys were like, no, we want to start repping the brand early because we, appreciate your values, we trust that the next thing's going to be super cool, I would consider doing some swag for at least the defense company early, even if we don't have the products available. The other thing I'm hoping to do with that company is we're actually going to have product pages for the products we're working on. So you'll actually get an idea of everything being worked on prior to it even being available. And I know that's kind of risky, because then it's like, oh, well, people can rip you off. I don't really care. If someone rips off a design of mine and they make it better or different, well, cool. You guys have a better product. I don't really care. So I think that's what we're going to do. We'll have all the products that we're working on, and then maybe have some shirts that are available, but only if you guys are interested. We're not going to do that early otherwise. So as far as YouTube goes, this is where it gets kind of weird, and we're still talking about it. So I obviously have this channel, which is blowing up thanks to you guys supporting it. And my original plan with this channel was to focus on more businessy content and human performance content, things that I've learned the last 11 years, things I've especially learned the last 5 years. And I do want to do some of those videos, but I also know a lot of you want to see shooting. You want to see me running around with my surgeon bolt gun and my pistol and all this stuff. And so the plan right now is we will do a shooting channel once the tactical brand is established.
I did not notice that.
And the content will be a little different probably than what you're used to, but it will still have, it'll be highly educational, high production quality, and get some other people involved. And I'll be on there obviously shooting. But on this channel, I may not do a ton of that. I don't know yet. I do have a couple matches I'm going to, and I do plan on filming those and maybe just sending them on this channel. Just being like, hey, here's all the match footage. Here's me talking about it. Here's some additional, things that I learned. I may just throw that on this channel. But as far as super fancy shooting videos, those probably won't be here on the Lucas Botkins channel. It'll probably be a lot of this. But the nice thing with this is you can listen to it while you're driving. You don't have to actually watch. So that's the plan for YouTube, but as far as keeping up to date with what we're working on, this is the channel to subscribe to. I will be giving you guys updates as we go, so when we get a building, I'm going to do a video on that. The building we're looking at right now is pretty sick. So if we're able to get a contract on that and get that underway, definitely going to do a tour and tell you guys what the plan is. As machinery and equipment come in, as we're doing nylon prototyping, I definitely want to show you guys some of that. I really want to show a lot more of the business startup process than I did with T-Rex, because it's inspiring to people who want to start their own business, which I think a lot more people can start their own business than people realize or want to give credit to themselves for. And America needs more small businesses. I think it's something like 50 or 60% of consumer sales in the US are with small businesses. A lot of people think that large corporations are like dominating everything, like Amazon and everyone. It's actually still a lot of small OEM factories and small businesses are literally supporting all the big stuff that's happening and selling to everyone else.
That's what I thought for a minute too. You know, like, I mean, sure, I like Amazon, I like all these different stuff that they sell and just do whatever with, but at the same time, you know, it's like I do want more small businesses, because I do believe that people can still have the meaning to like still make good products, you know, and just do what they need to do and just, you know, make American made products, because yeah, you can do it. That's the honest truth, that you can do it.
Like a lot of the factories, I've been touring a lot of buildings lately looking for one, and I'm walking into all these small shops of like 10 employees, 20 employees that all do just all sorts of random stuff that's super cool. And often it's for a bigger company, or they're just, you know, they'll do one sale to the big company and then they'll sell to everyone else. And so small businesses are super powerful. And I actually think that over time, we're going to see a decentralization of the big corporations and a lot more small businesses being able to be competitive and being able to succeed. So I want to inspire people in that. Like through this next process of starting these businesses and possibly the range, I'll have a different video for that. I hope that more people see that and go, I can start a business. I can do it with like a couple people. It's small, but I can, you know, provide jobs to these people and have a more, maybe a healthier, actually, I shouldn't say that. If you start a business, it's not a healthy lifestyle. You get more time with your family potentially. It's not a healthier lifestyle. I shouldn't say that. It's full of stress and problems, but it is fulfilling. It's purposeful, and our country needs it. So with all that said, I hope to see you guys around in future videos. Again, if you're interested in subscribing to an email list, it's at botkinenterprises.com. But I am going to keep you guys up to date on videos on here, and possibly next week I'll start getting into what I've learned the last 11 years. A few things specifically on human performance and work performance. It's something that's very important to me, and I definitely have some things I have not shared before that I couldn't really share before, but now I can. So I hope to do that soon. So again, thank you so much for your support over the last couple weeks. It's been a huge blessing to me and my wife, and I look forward to talking to you guys next time.
It'll come up. Yep. That was pretty good, you know? That was pretty good. It's good to genuinely hear that he's okay, you know? Like he's okay to, like, you know, just start a brand new business from scratch, make anything in general, you know? I think the one thing about this is, like, it still kind of irks me that they did him like that a minute ago on his one project, or on T-Rex Arms, basically, T-Rex Arms. It still kind of gets to me. But at the same time, he's still willing to take a new route in life and build a brand new empire from wherever he needs to build at. It's amazing to hear. It really is, you know. And I'm not gonna lie to you. He kind of inspired me to make, I would say, products just like that. I may make my own products later on too, but or just make Kydex holsters when I can, and then when I have the free time, when I have the material, the equipment, the time in general, and the money, I may do that. I may do it for myself, or just even like do it for, let's say, you know, my community, my tribe, whatever else it is. But yeah, it's pretty good. I like that. I like that. But I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta put my game a little bit. But thank you guys for watching the channel. Hope you guys like this. Please do I wasn't really looking at the camera and all that the entire time I was talking at the screen. But either way, I hope you guys like this video. God bless y'all. Hope y'all have an amazing day. Stay healthy. Make sure your breath not stinking, and get out there and train. God bless.